Grandpa's had a stroke. Grandpapa found her this morning. She can't move."
Luke looked pleadingly into his father's eyes, secretly regretting now that he'd been so hasty to become the bearer of such bad news, and realising just what his message meant to the family. He hung his head and wiped his nose with the back of his hand.
"He wouldn't cry. Young men did not cry and show their emotions, although his grandmamma was the mainstay of the family, and he loved her dearly."
"Good man for coming to tell your mother." James patted his son's shoulders. "I'll go and tell her. Go and see to your horse. Take it to the livery stable at the Red Lion and ask for a fresh one to take you home, or ask for someone to take you both." He looked around the shop floor, where the staff were trying to go about their jobs while being aware of the family tragedy unfolding.
"I'll take Mamma home. I can do it, Father. I want to do it. I'll get a team and leave my horse, then you can ride it home. I'll be outside waiting for Mamma."
Luke looked up at his father. He knew his horse was tired, but he wanted to finish what he'd started. To change it would mean wasting time, and his mother would never notice if he didn't tell her. He wanted to be the one who took care of his mamma, getting her to the bedside of her dying mother as soon as he could. Changing horse would cost precious minutes. "Very well, I haven't time to argue, but see to it that you do change the horses. Your mother will be with you shortly." James watched as his son made his way out into the blazing early summer's heat. He quickly made his way up the 3 flights of stairs to the fitting room with the news that would change everyone's world. He glanced round the fitting room at the young bride, who was flushed with excitement as Isabelle, the owner of Atkinson's, and his wife and Luke's mother swiftly made adjustments to the beautiful bridal gown, while Isabelle's assistant held a measuring tape. The bride stood admiring her own reflection in the full-length mirrors that surrounded the walls of the room, as tucks and pleats were added. "I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm afraid I have some grave news. Isabelle, my love, our Luke is here. He's come to take you home. Your mother's been taken ill." James took the box of pins out of his wife's hand and placed his hand round her waist. "Your father woke up to find her barely able to move this morning. The doctor says she's had a severe stroke." James looked at his wife and watched as she struggled to take in the news. He glanced apologetically at the crestfallen bride-to-be. Isabelle caught her breath, and James could see tears welling in her eyes. She glanced quickly at her assistant.
"I'm sorry, I must go. My poor mamma. I must go to her."
She looked again at the young bride, for whom she'd been taking a fitting, and then thrust the box of pins into the hands of Madge Burton, her new seamstress. "Luke is outside. He's waiting with the horse and trap. I did tell him to change his horse for a fresh one from the Red Lion, as he insists he will take you home. So I hope he's done as I bade him. Take your parasol. The sun is so strong today. Don't worry about anything here. I'll see to closing the store and will be with you as soon as I can. And Isabelle, be strong. Be there for your father, as he will need you before this day is over." Isabelle could feel her body trembling as her husband helped her down the stairs, and half heard the bride-to-be complaining that she'd been promised Miss Isabelle for her fitting, and that being left with her understudy was most unsatisfactory.
Stupid woman, she thought. Had she not heard? Her mother was dying. Her dear, darling mother, who'd been there for Isabelle every day of her life. The least she could do was be there for her now. The shop floors were hushed as Isabelle was escorted quickly past the concerned shop girls, the bad news spreading rapidly as they watched with empathy their employer join her son. "Give my love to your mother, Isabelle. She's very dear to me." The aged Bert Bannister caught Isabelle's arm just as she stepped out into the blazing sunshine.